This recipe is an Ornish favorite. You probably won't have any leftovers, but if you do, it keeps really well in the refrigerator.
First, preheat your oven to 375. Next, fill a large pot 2/3 full of hot water, add salt, and then bring it up close to a simmer. While the water is heating, this is the time to prep your vegetables for the sauce. First, we'll toss the mushrooms in a bowl with the garlic and some salt. Next, let's put this mixture in a non-stick sauté pan with water and begin cooking over a medium heat.
So there's the mushrooms and the salt and the garlic. And we're going to put a little water in. The water, this is our oil for this dish.
Stir frequently until the mushrooms are cooked, but still a little firm.
So now we've cooked these mushrooms and all their moisture is just about out. All right, there we have it.
Place the mushrooms into a pot and add your favorite non-fat bottled pasta sauce and simmer them together on a medium heat for 10 minutes.
Mushrooms are a food, it's one of the classifications of food is called umami. It's the sixth sense. There's salt, there's stringent, there's sweet, there's sour, but the flavor that actually fat is one of them too, that gives a lot of umami flavor. Add the pasta to the hot water. The water we brought up to just below a simmer. And because the pasta, like all pastas, can stick together, but when there's a big flat surface like this, they really tend to stick together. So when you're adding the pasta, just keep crossing them and do your best to not let them lay on top of each other. Whenever you've cooked pasta and you've drained it, and sometimes you're letting it wait until you get the sauce finished and the pasta sticks together, just add water, cold water, warm water, whatever.
Let's start with 5 pounds of frozen spinach, 3 pounds of firm tofu, and let's make sure it's not silken. We're going to use tofu instead of ricotta or other white cheeses. Tofu is a great protein source, and it's also great because it absorbs all the great flavors in the lasagna.
See, I've already broken up some of it. I just squeeze it as it comes off the block of tofu. This is the nutritional yeast. We have roasted garlic, nice and chopped up. And then we have the oregano. So lastly, we're going to put in the basil here. So the way I make it consistent in this recipe is you press the basil. You don't have to press it firmly, but just press it into a cup. Roll it up into a tight bunch, and then cut from that bunch. You'll really speed up the process. If you have a few larger leaves, it doesn't matter. It's all going to be mixed together. Here we go.
And don't worry, all this is written in a recipe.
So basically I'm just turning it and kneading it just to make sure that it's well combined. So now our lasagna's been soaking for about 10 minutes. And I'll just lift up a couple of pieces here so you can see the pliability. So there's still a little stiffness left.
We're going to use rice noodles instead of whole wheat noodles. The rice noodles hold up much better in the lasagna. And the way that we prepare them, we just have to soak them in hot water for 10 minutes and then take them out and stop the softening with cold water. So now comes the fun part. We get to compose a lasagna. It has 5 layers of pasta, 4 layers of filling, and 3 layers of sauce. Grab your baking pan, either lightly spray it with olive oil or wipe it with a paper towel dipped in olive oil.
So we're putting the bottom layer of sauce on. So we only need enough sauce to just cover the bottom.
Then lay down your first pasta layer.
So I'm just kind of wiping off the excess water as I'm pulling them out.
Be careful not to overlap the noodles because they do expand as they cook.
So now we're going to put in the first layer of the filling. Good tip, before you start making the layers in the lasagna, divide your filling into 4 parts. They don't have to be exact, but that way you'll be sure for the last layer you'll have enough filling. Have a handful of the filling and sprinkle it over the lasagna. Now we're ready for our second layer of pasta. And for our last piece, which is a little shorter.
If you need to trim a noodle because it's too long for your pan, scissors are the best way.
There we go. Now, second layer. There we go. And again, if you just fill your ladle and then just put it right across the top like this. You know, for the bottom layers, you could use the broken pasta. Nobody will ever know. Another layer of filling. Next to last layer. Next comes the last layer of spinach. So, Chinese side up because we're going to lay this foil over lasagna. And as you're pulling it up, just bend it a little bit where the middle will be. And then just fold it around carefully, being careful not to touch the sauce. We're going to put it right in the 375-degree oven.
So now we have this great lasagna. We can have it when it first comes out of the oven. We can also put it in containers and have it throughout the week.